afterwards to give you individual comments if you want to talk to me individually. I actually did mock trial when I was in your shoes, and that was one of the things that I always wanted. So I will stay as long as you guys want to talk to me. I've tried to write down detailed notes for each of you, so to the extent you want to talk to me, I'm more than willing to meet you out in the hall. Just some general observations, and this is applicable to both teams. One thing I noticed consistently is you guys all rely on your notes a lot, and you don't need to do that, because I could tell from the way that you were asking your questions and you were making your arguments, you knew what you were going to say next, and you were using it as a crutch. There's nothing wrong with having notes in front of you, but don't use them so heavily that it becomes obvious that you're using it as a crutch. It should be only there if you forget what you're thinking, forget where you are in your argument. So to the extent possible, leave your notes behind. You know this case well, you know the facts well. Get out, use your hands, look at the judge, argue the case. Don't look at your notes. A rules violation that both of you guys did is on cross-examination, only one attorney from the team can object. You can't double team. And both of you guys did that on occasion. So whoever it is who has responsibility for making the cross-examination of that witness, only that attorney can object on the direct of that witness. You can't have multiple attorneys popping up. So both of you guys did that on a number of occasions. So you probably are not familiar with that rule, but that is one of the rules of the competition. And as you progress, that'll hold you back. Listen to the witness and the judge. It's very important that you actually listen to what is said, particularly with the judge ruling on your objections, particularly with the witness giving you the responses. A couple of times you guys just powered right through, even though what the judge had told you was rephrase your question. Right? That's not you can't get it in, it's rephrase it again. And instead you let the objections just shut you down. So don't do that. Make sure you're listening to what's being said and then respond accordingly. Another point, this is a judge trial. The rules provide there's just a bench. So in terms of phrasing your arguments, there is no gentleman of the jury in this mock trial. And you should only be looking at the judge. You don't need to look over here. Cross. A couple of things that you guys can do on cross-examination, both teams. The way I write a cross is I think of the 10, 12, 20 points that I think I can get from that witness. Then you take those 20 points and ask 3 or 4 questions that get to that point and then move on. So it's cross-examination is all about zingers, right? It's you couldn't see the car across the street, correct? Correct. Boom. The witness doesn't know anything, right? So you should have for each witness, you guys should have about 6, 7, depending on the materials, points you're going to hit in your cross and hit it. A lot of times you guys' cross-examinations only had 2, 3 points. I know from the fact pattern that there are lots of points you can hit for every single witness. And it doesn't need to take a lot of time because you can get 4 or 5 zingers in a minute, right? But you guys just haven't thought through the fact pattern enough to go, where's the witness vulnerable? What are the motives that this witness has? How is this witness biased? Why is this witness weak on the facts? And pick 5 or 6 of those things and then get through them and cross. The other big thing on cross, only ask questions that you know the answer to. Never ask a witness on cross a why or an open-ended question because you will get burned. The one example that sticks out on mine because it was brutal for you guys is when the cop was up and you asked him why there weren't any footprints. And the cop just destroyed you. Well, because, cars are heavy. More likely than not, that's right. And you had nothing, you had no ammo to go, right? So what your cross should be, you didn't see any footprints, right? Boom, right, you didn't. So you don't have any reason to know that he got out of the car, do you? No, right? Boom, boom, boom. Hit him, and then you're out. By asking the follow-up, you're just begging for the witness to explain why it is that you're wrong and they're right. So that's always a tip on cross. And then finally, my 2 sort of outstanding things I'd like to say and just signal out, although I've got individual comments for all of you outside. Detective Malone, excellent witness. Very, very, very well done. Believable as a cop. You were very factual, to the point. A very good performance. And then Dr. Flenderson, excellent expert witness. Credible, believable, had the authoritative air, yet could explain it to the rest of the court as to why it is you're right. So those two are very, very commendable performances. Otherwise, you guys have both done an excellent job. I can tell you've spent a lot of time doing this, and I know it takes a lot of time to prepare and go through all the arguments. So really, to both schools, a job very well done. Like I said, I will wait afterwards if you have any particular questions or want individualized feedback.
The reason he went first is so he could knock off all the easy stuff. I'm stuck with this. I won't go back over a lot of it. First of all, I want to compliment all of you for a couple different things. Your preparation was definitely there. That's who usually wins trials, is the attorney that comes in more prepared than the other, even when the facts aren't with you. Both sides are well prepared. All of you clearly put in your time to be ready for tonight. Number two compliment is I was really impressed with the confidence that virtually everybody showed. I know at your age, I probably would have been a little jittery, a little nervous, stuttered a bit, and struggled with it. And I didn't see that out of you all. And I thought that was something you should know that's real important in a courtroom, is you need to show confidence, and you did a very good job of that. Now I get to pick on you a bit. Especially counsel, don't talk so fast. Slow down. It's a very difficult thing to do, but if you slow down, it does two things.